everybody. This is Nick, your boy from YouTube. Um, so tonight I'm making sure that I do a video, which I promised you guys earlier on today that I wanted to cover. Now, like I said, it's gonna be quite different from what I usually do. This one nobody wants to miss because this one's gonna be involving what it's like to be a blind parent with a child who was able to have vision. Now after each section, I'm gonna give a little bit about our experiences or my experience, and a little bit of background. So let's just jump right into this. The first question that I wanted to cover is what, um, let's see, talk about what it's like being a blind father. So pretty much, being a blind father is very tricky. You got to do a lot of learning, a lot of adapting, because I don't know if anybody knows this on YouTube, but I am also handicapped on one side. Um, I had a massive stroke when I was 5 years old, so that damaged the right side of my brain, which controls the left side of the body. It's just, um, I don't know, it's just what it is. Um, so I've been changing diapers one-handed, and it's not been easy at first. I mean, my daughter, she would scream, she'd cry, she'd fuss, she'd roll over, she'd crawl away. I mean, I got all of that. Um, so how did I deal with that? Um, So pretty much for the first, I don't know, 6 to 12 months, my wife would do it, and I'm very appreciative for her because she's got a lot of things that I don't have. She's got patience, she's got confidence, you know, and she doesn't ever let her blindness get in the way of ever controlling her being a mom or a student, which I'm very proud of her for doing. Um, and So, anyways, so that's kind of like me being a father. Feeding her was another one that I kind of had a tricky issue with because trying to make her bottle prepping and then trying to feed her and trying to burp her, that was really tricky with one hand, but I did it. Not very well, but hey, I can say that I tried. So, getting her dressed, that was another hard one because at first I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how to put her in a onesie or a blanket. One of those little onesie blankets that you just set her in and she would be snuggled up inside. But one night I'm like, what the hell? I'll try it, and I got her arms in first. This was after her bath, and so I put her diaper on. And then I sat her up between my legs, 'cause it's like a good stable position. And I kind of crossed my legs so she couldn't crawl away. I mean, I didn't do it tight. Uh, so then I got the tag behind her neck so I could line it up. And then I put one arm in, and then I pulled it up a little bit more towards the neck where the tag is, and then I got her other arm in the other sleeve. I laid her gently back down, and then I put her feet in and I zipped her up. Now, I've done that for many months now, and now she doesn't even need the blanket. Now she has her own frozen blanket, which she loves, which I'm glad that was one of the investments that my wife and I chose to make. Very happy we did that. So yeah, that's kind of like what that is. like being a blind father. The next thing I want to talk about is the struggles I first faced as a new dad. Okay, so this one's kind of got me because I covered a lot of that in the last section, but okay. As a new father, it's been really hard. See, we were dealing with a lot of stuff which I'm not gonna get into here because it's kind of personal. Um, but when my daughter was hungry, um, and I mean really hungry, she would banshee scream. And by that I mean like really loud, really high pitched, and non-stop. I remember there was a day that my wife and I were coming home with Aylin. That's my daughter's name. You guys will probably learn about that name in The Throne of Glass, which is a very good book by Sarah J. Maas. Um, and anyway, so we were really tired one night and we forgot her diaper bag in an Uber, which was a bad mistake because we were gonna feed her when we got home and we were looking all over the place for her diaper bag and we realized, hey, we left it in the Uber, so we called them and they turned around after a half hour of us waiting, and I had to deal with the screaming, the crying, and all that. And that, guys, with my anxiety and my bipolar disorder, had me like literally in tears. Um, but now today, I would not have asked for a better daughter. Anywhere. Like, she's so cute. Um, she's a real blessing in my life, and I'm actually happy for her because my wife and we weren't sure that we could even have a baby. Um so that came as a huge blessing. I was really shocked for when I got the positive results from my wife. Uh and just to be sure, so we took it again, the clear blue, and then we went to the doctor and we got her tested again. Turns out she was 7 weeks pregnant, which was awesome. Now, one of the things that I like to talk about really quick is my daughter was 2 weeks premature. Um, and my grandma was actually on her deathbed, and she died 2 weeks after Aylin was born. Now, if Aylin had been on time, my grandmother would have never been able to meet her. So that's another blessing in disguise. My grandma got to see me happy because I married the love of my life. And then she got to see me have a daughter, and she got to see what a great parent I am. And, I'm just really glad that my grandma got to see my daughter before she passed away. Um, so that's about that. The next thing I want to talk about here is, let's see, so that's the struggles. Um, what is the, oh, what is easier now that, she/he is older? Um, so definitely I would say changing and dressing and a lot of playtime. That's very important. Many young moms, like teenagers, and I'm not dissing um parents who are teenagers at all. I'm gonna tell you, it is really hard for a teen mom who wants to go out and have friends and go out and get a job and still go to school and have a child. That is very, very hard. Um, because I, for one, have never had a real uh childhood friend that I could look up to and go out and hang out with and like go to the movies and stuff like that, because I think that I was held back in my teenage years as a person. People just looked up to me or looked to me as kind of like this player slash nerd slash, insert name here, and I was basically that. But that's just something that I went through, and now that I'm a father and I have a wife and I have my daughter, that's all I have time for, really. I don't have time for school. I don't have time for a job. I do YouTube in hopes that, people will one day get to watch my videos and learn some things from them. Um, but yeah, so some of the other things that are easier now than they were back then, I would think, is I'm getting used to her crying a lot. She does fall, but that's because she's still learning how to walk. Um, so that's something else that's coming easier. Uh, she walks with me whenever I call her back to like her bedroom to change her. She will walk right behind me. She will, do all of that. And that makes my job a lot easier and it makes my life just such a blessing. Um, so that's what that's like. Let me see. Talk about what. Okay. Um, the next thing I wanted to talk about is the milestones she's reached. Um, so for a while, she wasn't crawling. She wasn't liking tummy time at all, which, shit. What child does? And it was rough at first because we just had so many things that were worrying us about my daughter. Like, she says some things now, but she's nowhere near what she should be, in my opinion. Uh, so that's just something that we've been dealing with. She is walking a lot more, like she doesn't crawl at all. She walks on her knees and her hands and she grabs toys and she brings them to us and stuff like that. So that's some of the milestones that she has hit. Let me see. Talk about the milestones. Okay. Um, hold on. Um, oh, that's it so far. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the cute things, she now does to make my wife and I go awe. Um, like today, she was playing with me and this is how much like it entertains a child to interact with her parents or his parents, either one. My wife and I threw away some food and it was still wrapped, so no worries there, but the box that the wrapped food came in is I was going, shh, and I would throw it to her and she'd do the same and make the same sounds as I was making. I'm sorry. And then she would play with her little walker that makes sounds. It comes with a few pieces. It's got a door that says peekaboo I see you, and then when you close it it sounds like a door closing. And it's got like a bunch of these animal sounds and it's got a small built-on piano. And she was opening and shutting it and playing with everything that was on it. She brings us her books, which I think is a really cute thing. Um, Something that she did a while ago that I actually almost forgot about. She tried to read my Braille book, uh, I think it was like an Earth Space Science book that I got from the Hadley Institute for the Blind, because I was taking a astronomy class, I think, learning about the planets and about space and asteroids and all that, which was pretty cool. I mean, I really like it. Um, so she was trying to read that, and then she was trying to type on my Braille machine, I think. I mean, granted, there was no paper in it, but whatever. Um, Something else she does is she likes to grab her high chair and bring it to us. A while back, she climbed into her stroller and wanted to go bye-bye. Um, which was pretty cool. I mean, that was really cute. Because my wife asked me if I put her in there. I'm like, I don't even know how to. And, you know, my wife just watched her pretty much do it. And that was really cute. So, those are just some of the things that makes us go, ah. One thing that I got to witness was my daughter's laughter for the first time. That was so cool. Uh, my wife was a little bit sad, but she got to see a couple things that I didn't get to experience, like when they were down visiting her sister. My daughter started saying a small phrase. She says, "What that?" I mean, it's very hard to understand, but I mean, it is there. And then she also got to witness a couple other things, like Aylin and her cousins playing around. So those are a lot of the cute things that make my wife and I go, ah. Let me see here. Talk about cute things. Okay. Does it make you go, okay. Um, and I wanted to actually close out with a humorous joke, but I don't think that's necessary tonight because it's getting so late and this video is going to be kind of long. So, uh, I don't know. Maybe I can do a quick joke. I don't know. I just gotta think of one really quick because it's not on the top of my head at the moment. But, so three blind men walk into the bar, or into a bar. Well, here's the kicker, the third one ducks. Um, so if you guys want to contact me, please contact me on Twitter at the all not seeing. That's all written together. Send me a DM or a follow over there. You can email me at nicholas.bennett1990 @outlook.com. Follow me on Facebook. Send me a PM over there, and I'll be sure to respond. Shoot me a comment and a subscribe over here. Ring the bell to get notified. Change it to always allow so you never miss one of my videos again. And until next time, my friends, stay safe and we love you. Bye.